Ever felt like your paycheck is getting a little too friendly with your expenses? Like you got that raise, but somehow it all just disappeared? That's called lifestyle creep. And trust me, it's sneaky. It's when you start spending more simply because you're making more. But before you know it, your extras become your essentials, and it feels like you're back to square one financially. Today I'm going to hit you with some don't do this tips to stop lifestyle creep in its tracks and actually keep more of your hard-earned money in your wallet. If you're ready to stop letting your income drift into unnecessary expenses, let's dive in. So let's start with the number one mistake: assuming you deserve every single upgrade just because you got a little extra cash in your pocket. Here's what I mean. You get a raise, a bonus, maybe even a tax refund, and suddenly you're telling yourself, I worked hard, I deserve an upgrade. But here's the problem. These upgrades can really add up and make your paycheck disappear before you know it. Think about it. That fancy coffee every morning, a new streaming service, upgrading your phone. Next thing you know, your bank balance is barely hanging on. So here's what to do instead. Set aside at least half, if not all, of any new money toward your financial goals before you start spending. Treat that raise like it never happened. This way, you can enjoy a little something, but most of that extra cash goes toward building wealth, not more bills. Trust me, it feels way better to see your savings grow than to sip on a fancy coffee every morning. Alright, number two, let's talk about those sneaky little subscription fees. You know the ones I mean. $5 for an app here, $10 for a premium streaming service there. I'm not saying don't have any subscriptions, but here's the thing. These small charges creep up on us, and they add up fast. So here's a little hack. Every month, take a look at your bank statement and go line by line. Look at each subscription and ask yourself, do I really use this enough to justify the cost? If the answer is no, cancel it. Most of us have subscriptions we forgot about or barely use. And don't forget to check for free alternatives. So many streaming services and apps offer free or cheaper options. Don't be afraid to downgrade if you're not using all the features. You'll be amazed how much money you can free up by cutting out even just a few of these little fees. And remember, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about keeping money in your pocket instead of automatically giving it away each month. Next up, the trap of keeping up with trends or giving in to FOMO, fear of missing out. We've all been there. You see the latest iPhone drop, the trendy clothes on Instagram, or some new gadget that everyone's talking about, and suddenly you feel like you need it to keep up. But here's the truth. Trends come and go, and keeping up is not only expensive, it's exhausting. And companies love that we feel FOMO because it makes us buy more. So here's what I suggest. Before you buy anything trendy, give yourself a 24 to 48 hour cooling off period. Think of it as a trend timer. Put the item in your cart, wait a couple of days, and see if you still feel the same urge to buy. Most of the time, you'll find that you don't even want it anymore. And if you do still want it after a couple of days, at least you know it's something you actually value, not just a quick FOMO fix. Alright, number 4, buying more than you actually need just because you can. It's so easy to slip into this when your income increases. You start buying in bulk, picking up extra snacks, or going for more expensive groceries thinking, why not? I have a little extra cash. But here's the issue. This mindset can add unnecessary expenses and waste. Here's what to do instead. Set a solid budget for your essentials and stick to it. And when I say essentials, I mean groceries, household items, all the basics. Challenge yourself to actually use up what you have before buying more. For example, get creative with what's already in your pantry or fridge before you hit the grocery store again. This not only keeps you from spending too much, but it also cuts down on waste. And if you're like most people in America, there's probably a lot in your pantry already. So make it fun. Try a week where you shop your pantry or see how many meals you can make without buying anything new. You'll be surprised at how much you can save. Next up, dining out and entertainment. Look, we all love a good meal out or a night of fun, but when you start going out just because you can, those bills stack up fast. A dinner here, brunch there, maybe a couple of movie nights or concerts, and suddenly your fun money is completely drained and you're left wondering where it all went. Here's the trick. Plan your treat meals and outings. Set a number that feels like a treat but isn't breaking the bank. Maybe you decide you'll eat out twice a month, or you'll budget for one concert or special event. When you stick to a plan, you'll actually enjoy those nights out even more because they feel like special occasions, not just another meal. Plus, you'll keep more of your hard-earned money in your wallet. So instead of making going out a habit, make it a reward. You'll save a ton, and your budget and future self will thank you for it. Now let's talk about status items. You know, those expensive things we buy just to feel like we're showing a certain lifestyle or keeping up. Fancy watches, high-end bags, designer clothes, the latest tech gadgets. It's so easy to get caught up in this, especially in the US, where so much of our culture promotes bigger and better. Here's the thing though, buying to impress others is a trap, and half the time people aren't even paying attention. So instead of splurging on status, focus on spending money on things that truly add value to your life. Ask yourself, does this item make my life better, or am I buying it just for the image? A good hack here is to make a list of things that genuinely bring you joy and utility, whether it's travel, a new skill, or even gear for a hobby you love. That way, you're putting money toward experiences and items that bring you happiness, not just things you think will impress others. Trust me, it's a way better investment in the long run. Alright, moving on to one of the most important points, your emergency fund. Now I know setting money aside for just-in-case situations isn't as exciting as upgrading your wardrobe or booking a fun trip. But not having an emergency fund can be financially devastating if something unexpected happens, like a job loss, medical issue, or even a car repair. So here's the deal. Before you start spending any extra cash on non-essentials, make sure you're putting money into an emergency fund. A solid goal is to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up. This fund is a safety net that allows you to handle emergencies without stress or debt. And if saving a few months worth of expenses feels overwhelming, start small. Aim to save at least $500 to $1,000 at first, then build up from there. Automate it if you can, setting aside a set amount each paycheck so it grows without you even thinking about it. Having this safety net is like a superpower. It'll give you peace of mind and you won't feel as pressured to upgrade everything just because you have some extra cash. Let's talk about the investment trap. Just because something is labeled an investment doesn't mean it's actually a good one. People often fall for the idea that buying expensive cars, high-end gadgets, or luxury items is an investment. But guess what? Those things lose value the moment you buy them. Here's what to do instead. Focus on investments that actually grow in value, like stocks, bonds, or real estate, if you're ready for it. And if you're new to investing, start small with things like index funds that track the market. Do your research before putting money into anything labeled an investment to make sure it's worth your time and money. And there you have it, some straightforward tips to stop lifestyle creep and actually start saving money. It's all about being mindful of those small, sneaky habits that can derail your finances. Remember, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about spending intentionally so you can reach your bigger financial goals without sacrificing your peace of mind. If you're ready to take control of your spending and build a solid financial future, start applying these tips today. It's the small changes that lead to big results. Let me know in the comments which tip you're going to try first, or share any of your own tricks to avoid lifestyle creep. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical money advice. Until next time, stay smart with your cash and keep saving.